team, what's going on today? Sage here, aka the Golf Hackr. Welcome back to the channel and another episode of Scratch22. Today's episode, we're back out the course with Caroline for another lesson. As I've started to find it more difficult to shave shots from my handicap, I've become very conscious of the things that's losing me shots. One of those is hitting the ball straight. In an effort to try and hit the ball straighter, avoid those left and right misses, I've started to freeze up in my arms and in my wrists. That's actually been the thing causing me to hit it left or right. So in this lesson with Caroline, she picked that up. She noticed that I need more fluidity through my arms, through my wrists. We worked on that quite hard and the results were really, really good in the lesson. I haven't been able to turn that into another personal best just yet, but I did see some really good strikes on the ball following this lesson. So let's head out there now. I'll catch you after.
We've got to get the hands to just unfold. Yeah.
Is that where my hands should be?
Yeah, with that left, no. Yeah. With the left elbow, if you watch me here, that left elbow has to give. Now if that left elbow, you can't hold it in, but you have to, as we set up to the ball, the right hand and arm is passive in the elbow, so that allows the right hand and arm to give way. And then from here, as you come back down, that wants to give way. So the hands and arms have to stay passive. So if the hands and arms get a bit tight, then you'll get more of that. So then you get this. So we want, and this is where I say, if I just take it back here and take this hand out of it, if I let this hand and arm just follow the turn, look where it ends.
Yeah, sure.
So then that has to give way. So from here, just turn, let it unfold, boom, look where it's ended up. And then that hand goes on, it's nice and passive. Exactly. Now, if I take it here and I work this too hard, then because the joint isn't unfolding naturally. But the joint has to be in the right place to unfold naturally anyway. So when it comes to the left hand and arm, I have to be careful because of my shoulder here. But if I hold my hand here and I just turn it back and then I just turn it through, that has to give. It cannot stay straight to then put this on. So going back to a drill, if you put your hands together like this and you keep your hands here and you just do that, look what's happened to that elbow. And then if I go back to neutral and I do that, look what's happened to that elbow. So that's backswing, impact, through swing. So when you're a little bit held off because you're a little bit tight through the hands and arms, so the body creates the momentum or the motion, the hands and arms are just flung into position. So your past impact is there. That's the feeling you want. And if that's straight, look what it does to the club face.
Yeah, sure.
So it's got to stay. So just go to your address position. Just go to your address position. Sounded a bit drunk when I said it. Dear me. Okay, so now you're just going to turn through. You're not going turn. Let it go.
Yeah, sure.
And that's how it should be.
Yeah.
Then you're in this position here. And then these just climb, and then you're up there. Now, just go back there. Now, don't let this arm go at all. Hold it as tight as anything, as tight. You can't move.
Yeah.
And then you can only but go that way.
Right, yeah.
So, it's a hard thing to learn to do. Yeah, that's better. Got to let, so at impact, that's it. So at impact you get this absolute solid, powerful release at impact. But because the hands and arms are passive, then you get that. But if you're like rock, too tight, that stays in that position. Yeah. Let it go more. Let the left. That's it. That's it. That's it. Again, that comes very much down to the first lesson, grip pressure.
Yeah.
You've got to have that lovely pressure just in the fingers, no tension on the thumbs, they just support the club, and then you can get that freedom through the wrists and through the elbows, and then that's when you start to get that. Yeah, yes. I actually like that. How did that feel?
I mean, that felt like a nice fluid swing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So we've got to let the hands and arms are propelled through the torso turn. The proximal stiffness to distal athleticism.
Sure.
So as we're turning, we're nice and relaxed, but as we come back down to the ball, we then create that lovely sort of action through the torso where the muscles all start to fire at impact, but we've got the distal athleticism through the hands and arms. That's why you can't try and hit a ball just being strong and tight. You've got to be relaxed. You've got to have that sort of muscle pulse at impact.
So you'll notice in that video the course is looking a whole lot greener than it has in the last few months. That's because summer is on its way, which means more daylight and more time for golf. So it's time to set a new goal to where I think I might end up by the end of summer. I'll have a think on it, come up with a bit of a training plan, and we'll see where we get to. But hopefully more course content soon. But that's it for this week's episode, team. Until next week, take it easy.